On episode 13, we've got a greatest teen quick list, Connor takes us back 10 years, we discuss horror games, and we match items to their games. Sit back and relax, cause here comes episode 13.
Activating Dragon Power Protocol in 3, 2, 1. Initializing host sequence. Player 1. Select your host. Brian.
Solid choice. Let's fire it up.
Player 2. Select your host. Connor.
Oh, yeah!
Host sequence complete. Stand by for podcast.
Dragon Power!
Hey everybody,
Hello!
welcome to Dragon Power Podcast, episode Unlucky 13.
13 already?
Yeah.
That's
man.
crazy, dude.
Does that mean we're gonna have bad luck this episode?
No.
No, we're gonna have good luck?
No. Wait till we get to 64. That's my favorite number.
Oh, perfect. Yeah,
then
when
we
we
can
get
be
there,
like-
I'll let you know.
Oh, okay, because I'm not keeping track.
Yeah.
I literally just show up and I talk. I don't do any prep.
And then
work.
you leave, you fly away
Yeah.
into the
Me
sun.
and Brian don't actually know each other.
It's true.
Like-
What was your name again?
Who are you?
So funny.
Jokes.
Witty banter. Hey Connor, I heard you had a date last night. How'd it go, man?
I didn't have a date.
Oh.
I stayed in and played Street Fighter. Okay. Anyway.
But we're gonna end things right there. Thanks for
Okay.
joining us on the Dragon Power
Play
Podcast.
sad music.
Just kidding. No, yeah, man. So, let's just cruise along here.
All right. So,
Yeah.
what did you do with your week, Brian?
What did I do with my week? I don't know, man. I wasn't really there.
Oh, okay.
I stayed home for most of my week, so I didn't really see it, like what happened in it.
Like the week? Is the week a being now? Like an entity you have to go
I didn't really
outside
hang
and
out with the week
encounter?
this much. That much this week. Okay. Did some cool stuff. I picked up Bloodborne again. Well, not picked up as in bought, but I mean like I fired it back up because
Oh.
I haven't played it in a while. And with Dark Souls 3 looming on the horizon, I was like, this is the only quote-unquote Souls game that I have not beaten all the way through. So I'm kind of trying to work through that, pick at it ever so slightly until I finally beat it. Once you get past that first section of the game, which is actually kind of difficult, then it's pretty much just smooth sailing from then on.
Dark Souls is kind of difficult. Wow.
Weird, right?
Yeah. I actually have news about that.
Oh,
about Dark Souls later.
Can't wait to hear it. So, actually, one of the coolest things that happened this week. So, I got off work wicked early yesterday, which was awesome.
Sick.
It was great. And I was like, I'm going to go visit my girlfriend at her work. And so I did. And we hung out for a little bit. And she was like, hey, I have these 3 boxes of books and like old games and movies that I don't need anymore. She's like, you can take them over to McKay's used books and see how much we get for them. And I was like, sure. So I went to her apartment. I picked them up. While I was there, I thought I lost one of her cats. Turns out the cat was just hiding under the couch and did not run outside when I was bringing the boxes out. I was panicking. I was like, oh, she's going to hate my guts. I lost one of her cats in the forest. Turns out the cat was just very shy. So
cats are.
I brought the 3 boxes of stuff. It was just a bunch of manga. It was some old DVDs and TV shows, and there were a couple like DS games in there.
Yeah.
And she was like, you think I'll get more than like $15? And I was like, yeah, you're going to get more than 15. I'm thinking maybe like 40, maybe $50. So you're going to make out pretty good with what you've got here. So it ended up taking up 4 totes when I got there.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
It was a lot. So I brought it up to them and I was like, here you go. And they were like, all right, here's your ticket. Just wait for your number to get, to come up on the screen. I was like, sweet. That gives me plenty of time to look around at any of the neat stuff they have. So I literally looked at everything and took my sweet time.
Yeah.
And they still were not done. And they have that couch seating area. I just went and sat on the couch and I was like, I'll just chill on my phone. Forgot to charge my phone. My phone died.
Ooh.
So I was literally just sitting there waiting.
Looking at people. People
Yeah,
are like, why
just
is
like-
that guy on his phone? What a weirdo.
So eventually my number comes up. I go up and I was like, all right, so what's the damage? What do we got going on? And he was like, okay, so I can either give you $339 in store credit, or I can give you $170 cash and $44 store credit.
Oh.
And I was like, what? What?
Wow.
I was like, that was my exact reaction. And he was like, so what do you want to do? And I was like, hey, man, like, I don't want to decide right now. Because I was like, this is my girlfriend's stuff, so I need to call her. But my phone is dead, so I have to go sit in my car and charge my phone for like 15 minutes. He was like, no worries, just come back in with your order number and we'll square you away once you figure out what you want to do. So I'm like sitting in the car just like with all the anxiousness in the world, like so excited to tell her how big she was going to make out with all this money. And finally my phone charged up and I called her and I was like, so it wasn't as much as you thought it was going to be. And she was like, oh, how much was it? And I told her, and she was like, wiggity, what? So she ended up doing the store credit because there's always good stuff there. And,
absolutely.
She was like, hey, pick us up some movies to watch. And if you see any, she just got a PS4. So she was like, if you see any games that you think I might like, just snag me one. If you want to get a game or movies or anything you want to get, I was like, sweet. So I didn't get anything for me. I just got her a game that she's been wanting, which was Elder Scrolls Online for the PS4. And I got like 5 pretty decent movies that I'm excited to watch with her. One of them I haven't even seen, which is Creed.
Ooh, that's a good movie.
Yeah, that's what I hear. And I love the Rocky series, so I'm really excited about it. But yeah, man, other than that, I don't know. I played The Division a few times, but mostly I've just been picking at Bloodborne. And then that awesome fiasco happened and helping Tabby get her PS4 all squared away and set up. And
yeah,
so it's been pretty sweet. And that was my week.
We probably should explain how McKay's works to people who don't
Yeah.
understand it. So McKay's is a store that exists in Tennessee. I believe it's Tennessee only. But like you can bring in, they have these like little, they're like postal, like
Totes.
yeah. You put like, you find mail in or whatever, and you can bring in like movies, games, just pretty much like any sort of media that's like physical.
The movies, games, books, and CDs or vinyl.
Yeah, or vinyl. So it's literally any kind of media almost. And you bring it in, and they give you either store credit or
Cash value for
cash
what they
value.
think it's worth.
Yeah. Just always take cash. Always take store credit because you'll absolutely find something there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've got everything there.
Absolutely.
I mean, they've got like musical instruments there. They had consoles. Like, I told her, I was like, hey, I'm not saying we should do this, but I was like, you have enough store credit right now that if I dropped an extra $20, we could get that 1 terabyte Halo 5 special Halo 5 special edition Xbox One.
Yeah.
And she was like, whoa. I was like, but you shouldn't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
It's like, make this money last and blah blah blah, because she's not interested in an Xbox One. So
I got my PS2 there, which actually is now wrought with issues.
Oh, good.
Because
Is it a fat one or a slim?
It's a fat one, but
Okay.
but it's like it's not the console's fault. It's everything else. It's like the memory card. I bought a bad memory card and the controllers suck. So it's like, okay.
Gotcha.
So now I was like, I'll pop in Devil May Cry because I was watching some Marvel vs. Capcom a little bit this week, and I was like, oh, I want to play the game where Dante and Virgil are from.
Yeah.
But now I can't.
Well, yeah, I think you're just gonna have to buckle down, fork out like $20.
Yeah.
Get yourself a controller and a memory card. So.
My next paycheck, I'll just get like a first-party controller and a first-party memory card.
Or you can order those wireless ones that I had.
Yeah.
And-
well, you know how I like wired controllers.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying.
I gotcha. But anyway, is that all you did
Yeah,
this week?
that's all I did this week, man. It was a pretty eventful week, to be honest. So
Thanks to McKay's for being awesome. If you want to
Yeah.
sponsor us, I'm just kidding.
please sponsor us.
So what did I do this week? Let's see. Okay, so I played a whole bunch of video games, but didn't get very far in any of them except for one. So first off, I played MGS3 a little bit.
Okay.
I popped it in and
revisited that bad boy.
sorry,
I said revisited that bad boy.
that's my favorite game. I have to do it. And because I cosplayed as Venom Snake over the weekend, so
Yeah.
like I have that Metal Gear itch that still isn't satisfied. So it's like I try. Okay,
You
first,
in that series, man.
I love Metal Gear. First, I have Twin Snakes on the GameCube,
Yes.
and my first disc it works, but it's like it works to where like I can play 2 minutes, and then this can't be read. And I just pop I don't even I just pop the hatch open and close it, and it's like it's stupid. So what I might do is I think my next big purchase might be a PS1, and I might just buy the original. Because that's like the only one I haven't really played. That and 4, but I don't really care for.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to hijack your thing. Addendum. I saw at McKay's, they had an original copy of the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure video game on the PlayStation 1 for $100.
The fighter?
I don't know.
I
didn't.
There's
it was
multiple.
It was in the glass case. It just said JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on it, PlayStation 1, and it was $99.99.
Yeah. Oh, dude, speaking of JoJo, there's the new episode came out yesterday, which would be Friday. I haven't seen it yet, but like,
Wow.
the new season 4, which is
Oh,
so
it's
excited.
already on season 4.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Which you're like, yeah, okay.
No,
yeah.
I mean, like, the show is interesting. I'll eventually watch it, man.
Yeah.
I promise. As soon as you play some Dark Souls.
Yeah. Okay. I picked up Bayo 2. I had a little bit of extra spending money for my birthday.
Bayonetta?
Bayonetta 2. I bought, played, and beat that game in the course of 2 days. The game
Nice.
is amazing. It's so good. It's like, it's so tight and everything.
Dude, you gotta let me borrow it because I
Yeah.
want to blast through it.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I need to let you play the first one because
I made it like halfway through the first one.
you need to beat the first one because there's like some plot elements that actually do matter.
All right, or I can just read up on it. 'Cause
No.
I really don't want to play an old Xbox 360 game.
The tightest controlling Xbox 360 game out there.
I could just pick it up on the Wii U though.
Yeah, it's on
'cause
there
they,
for like
they
30
remastered
bucks
it
or
for the
something.
Wii U or whatever. So yeah, that's fine.
Anyway, I played Twilight Princess. Played a couple dungeons through
Yeah.
that, like the original, not the HD,
The GameCube version.
the GameCube version.
That's legit, dude.
I was like, I want to play some Zelda. Like, I was just like, because I got to the point. I don't like I love that game, but there's the very first like Twilight sections are just kind of
Mhm.
So my save file, fortunately, I had one that was right after I beat all that stuff. So I was like, yeah, I can play the real game now. So there's that. I played Strider a little bit, the PS4 one.
Oh, I actually saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, I played that. I just get they have like an air dash. It's called like the plasma catapult. That game's awesome. That game's hard, really hard.
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of really crappy bosses. Well, no, they're not crappy, but it's like it's old game. Like it's like Super Nintendo style, where they all have patterns and you have to like abuse their patterns. So it was fun.
I remember I was like, dude, I really want to play that because they were like, oh, it's a Metroidvania style game, but you get to slashy as a ninja.
Yeah.
So it was sweet. I saw you playing it on my friends list on PlayStation Network.
Yeah, and then other than that, Street Fighter 5, Alex came out, and I'm planning on maining Alex, or dual maining Alex or Birdie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love Alex, dude.
Oh, cool.
He's like a power bomb.
Yeah.
Now I have something else to yell. Other than that, MTech kind of bleeds over into this week. That was fun. That was Venom Snake, whatever. A bunch of cool stuff there. Maybe there'll be a Dragon Power panel next year.
Ooh. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, that's it for my ridiculously long week, which I
Sweet.
did nothing. And I worked. Good. Y'all don't want to hear about that.
What? I want to hear all about it.
Okay, I worked 4 shifts and made like 13 bucks.
I take it back.
And it was like, oh, being a waiter sucks. Don't do it.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, cool.
Yeah.
So, eventful weeks. Hopefully we have more eventful weeks. But until then, I say we go into the quick list.
Quick!
I'm just staring at you, just waiting for it. All right. So, the quick list this week is something a little different. We are going to give our favorite teams in gaming. Or
Slash anime.
yeah, slash anime.
Because I cheated,
Connor
as
is
always.
obsessed with anime.
I love anime.
Always. Anyway, so this can be anything from an official team to just a duo or trio that work really well together. This list was pretty fun for me. I had so many that I loved dearly that I actually have several honorable mentions. So, yeah, so should be fun. Connor, why don't you go ahead and hit us with your number 5?
All right, so bringing up the bottom here, but definitely not last, is Zangief and Armika.
Yeah.
It's like
As
there's
a-
2 entirely different people.
Super good tag team, though.
It's like muscle spirit.
She's like, yay, I want muscle spirit,
yeah.
too.
That's just the best.
She's awesome, man.
Yeah, Zangief is also awesome.
Super good character. All right, number 4?
Star Fox. Had to do.
Just Team Star Fox?
Team Star Fox.
All together, except
Absolutely.
for Slippy, because Slippy is
I mean,
awful.
even
Just kidding.
Slippy. He made the R wings.
It's
so
true.
You gotta respect.
Gotta
him
give
for
him
that.
credit where credit's due.
Just shut up and don't talk, and
Exactly.
we'll be good. I wonder if they'll fix that in Zero. That'd be
I
fun.
hope so.
Where like they just make him not talk.
Or in Star Fox Zero, Slippy's just like, what's up, guys?
He's just like voiced by David Hayter.
Yeah.
Like, Fox, get this guy off me.
He's like Arwing gear. All right, that's stupid. All right, number 3.
Team Gurren from Gurren Lagann. You have not seen this?
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is, but
it's giant, awesome space mechs, and I'm gonna cosplay as one of the characters next year for whatever.
Sweet.
I gotta get super buff to do it, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to describe, but whatever. You'll see it eventually.
Yes,
and
I will.
Then number 2, the Band of the Hawk.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I just saw Brian's head explode. I was like,
Dude, I didn't even think of the Band of the Hawk.
I was like, that's a super huge team. It's more like a battalion, but that's from Berserk.
Yeah.
Anyway, I bought a huge Berserk wall scroll at MTech, by the way. It's massive. It's awesome.
I want to see it.
I'll send you a picture. Then I have an honorable mention of Link and Midna.
Oh, okay, so Wolf, Link, and Midna, or just Link and Midna in general?
Just in general.
Oh, cool.
Any kind of combo. Wolf Link, regular Link, whatever.
I really like Midna a lot.
I
think she's a cool character.
I think she's the best partner character. Tattle's pretty good from Majora's Mask.
Mm-hmm.
But Midna's just amazing.
Yeah.
Because she is actually a character, not just someone who, Anyway. And then number 1, Mario and Luigi. It's a classic tag team.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's
I
hard
mean,
to beat.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we're just okay. All right, fair enough.
Makes
Saw it
sense.
coming. All right, what's your number 5, Brian?
All right, my number 5 is Nathan Drake and Sullivan.
Okay. We're going to have good lists here.
So, just a precursor here. I didn't even mean to do this, but I literally only picked duos.
That's fine.
So I didn't pick any big teams. Just 2-man teams.
Yeah.
Drake and Sully are amazing for obvious
Absolutely.
reasons. Number 4, another Naughty Dog game. I picked Joel and Ellie.
I like it.
They work so well together when they realistically shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because they're so different, and for all the different reasons. Okay, number 3, I put Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong.
Yeah.
One of my favorite video game on-screen duos ever. And then, let's see. So number 2, I put Ken and Ryu.
Oh, dude, I'm glad our lists are different.
Yeah.
Because,
Ken and Ryu are amazing because they're rivals, but they've also teamed up several times before for, the greater good. And when that happens, it's
yeah.
Who can stop that?
No, Akuma.
Yeah, well, not even Akuma.
Canon-wise, I think Akuma. Anyway, who cares?
Anyway, okay, so I have a couple of honorable mentions because they're just I love these teams so much. So first honorable mention, I put Bill and Lance from Contra.
Okay.
Man, those dudes have saved the world so many times.
You mean Sylvester Stallone and Arnie?
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
Second honorable mention, I put Billy and Jimmy from Double Dragon.
Bimmy and Jimmy.
Amazing duo, obviously.
Solid.
And I think that's funny because Bill and Lance and Billy and Jimmy are both blue and red. And the third honorable mention I had is Marcus Phoenix and Dom.
Where's my wife?
Where's my wife? And this isn't an honorable mention, but I thought this was really funny when I told Tabby what the quick list was this week. She was like, "Oh, number 1 is obviously Kate Sith." The cat and the she did that just to see what my reaction would be. I was like, gross. She just started laughing. She thought it was hilarious. It's because she listens to the podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
She understands how much we hate
we hate Kate Sith. He's still awful.
Welcome to the Kate Sith Sucks podcast.
With your host, Kate Sith.
And then number 1, Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
Those two have been kicking butt and taking names since the dawn of I don't know,
1981.
Yeah, I mean just from the beginning, man. I can't think of any other team that's more iconic or has done more than those two brothers in particular.
I'm having a hard time.
So, even in games where they're not necessarily teaming up, they still help each other out in various ways.
Well,
or interact with each other. So
I always thought, because he's always player 2, but in my mind, the story is always Mario and Luigi are there together.
Yeah,
it's doing it.
Yeah,
so
of course.
That was a good list, Brian.
Yes, it was a good quick list. It was quick and very listy.
Very listy.
all the elements of lists
Like
that you could expect from lists.
Like numerical numbers.
Yeah.
And
a list of items.
Items.
Yeah.
Yes. I think there's a colon. I think you need like a colon.
Oh yeah.
Like,
to just kind of separate, you know. Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah, I think it was really good. So,
all right.
this is stupid. All this witty banter, Connor. J-Con and Force in the morning.
If you listen to a radio station, it's just like really visceral screams.
Just
like
I would listen to that radio station every day.
That'd be amazing.
I'd be like, I want to hear what these guys have to say.
Welcome to visceral screams in the AM. It's your just alarm clock.
All right, so we're gonna go straight into our mini boss segment now. The mini boss segment, something we've never done before, except we've done it 2 other times.
3 other times.
This is the 3rd one.
This is the 4th one. We did January, February, March, and then now it's April.
So the mini boss segment this week. I'm just gonna keep all this in.
Okay.
Perfect. So yeah, we are gonna go back in time with the time traveling Connor, going up to 88 miles per hour, so we can achieve all of the knowledge of what happened this month, a decade ago.
So I was 11.
Ugh. You keep being 11 for all of these.
See, well, I was 10 for the first 3.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah. So now I'm 11.
You've upgraded.
Yeah. So kind of light. There wasn't much that went on in terms of events, but April 6th, Microsoft acquires Peter Molyneux's Lionhead Studios.
Ah, that's so funny considering they just shut down Lionhead Studios.
Ooh, we've come full circle.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Sorry, Peter.
That's so sad.
April 7th, Lara Croft is entered into the Guinness Book of World Records as the most successful video game heroine. It's awesome. Rather be Samus, but whatever.
Oh, well.
Anyway, April 21st, the Silent Hill movie comes out in North America and Europe with mixed results.
Oh my gosh, was that 10 years ago?
Yeah.
I went and saw that in theaters.
Yeah.
And that movie was not good. It wasn't really bad like some of the other video game movies, but it was also not good. It was definitely better than the Resident Evil movies.
Silent Hill, directed by Uwe Boll. April 27th, the previously rumored Nintendo Revolution was announced and is renamed the Nintendo Wii.
Ah!
I remember, like, when I was, like, in 2005 or something, I remember I was at Toys R Us.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at video games or whatever, and the dude was like, "Have you heard of the new Nintendo console?" I was like, "What?"
I'm sorry, what? You're blowing my mind. I'm sorry, go
Because
ahead.
at that point in my life, the only Nintendo console was the GameCube, because like I didn't have like a frame of reference. So I was like, "Whoa, yeah!" And then it's like, it's called the Nintendo Revolution. I was like, "Oh yeah!" It's gonna be like a souped-up GameCube, and I was like, "Yeah!" Like a little 10-year-old Connor was like, "Yeah."
That's hilarious. Yeah, I remember exactly where I was standing when somebody told me it was called the Wii. I was standing near the entrance of the Staples I was working at, and my friend, I won't say his name, but my friend, he came up to me. He was also working there. He was like, "I'm mad." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Because they changed the name of the Nintendo Revolution to the Nintendo Wii." And I was like, "Dude, you're messing with me. There's no way they would pick such a stupid name." He was like, "WII. No joke. Look it up." I was like, "Dude, please don't tell me this is true."
What is with Nintendo having awesome like beta names like the Dolphin or like the Ultra 64 or like or the Revolution, and why do they always get worse? GameCube's okay.
GameCube is fine because it is like, literally a cube of game.
It has a handle, so that's it doesn't matter.
Like it is the most opposite false advertising of all time. It is literally a GameCube. Anyway, but yeah, that's wacky.
Why? NX is off to a good start. I can dig the NX.
I guarantee you they're gonna name it like the Nintendo Wii U or like the Nintendo blah 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 blah.
Just Nintendo. I can't think of something funny, so let's move on.
Mine weren't funny either. They were just noises I made. All right, go ahead.
So that's all for events. Pretty like light. Like there's all like when I was looking these up, there's all like blank is like whatever. Right? Okay. So we do have a lot of notable releases though.
Cool.
So April 3rd, 007 From Russia with Love comes on the PSP.
Ooh.
That is a good game.
Oh, okay. I never played it.
Yeah, it's good. I like James Bond games, and it's like, you know the movie From Russia with Love, right?
Yeah.
That's not a very good Bond movie, but it's very slow-paced and not good. But the game is awesome, and
Cool.
it is built on the Everything or Nothing engine, which is probably in my top 3 favorite 007 games, along with GoldenEye
Sure.
and whatever. Anyway, that came out. Good game. April 11th, Tomb Raider Legend comes out on PS2, Xbox 360, Windows, and I think GameCube. I forgot to put that on.
But it did not come out with an opening cutscene.
No, it did not.
If you remember from last week.
It just shows up on a cliffside.
Yep.
Like, why are you? What? Okay. I tried to play the game recently, as I said in the last podcast. It doesn't hold up very well. Play the new one. April 17th, Brain Age comes out on the Nintendo DS. I remember playing this a little bit. It's a cool novelty.
I remember Brain Age.
Yeah.
I remember it wasn't as big of a cultural phenomenon as the Wii, but I do remember, knowing a few quote unquote grown-ups who bought DSs for Brain Age.
Yeah.
Because they thought it was really cool. So
I think it was more popular in Japan.
Sure.
As everything is apparently.
Their thirst for knowledge to be the best is unmatched.
Yes. So April 18th, Final Fantasy 11 comes out. The MMO comes out on Windows.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, launches. Cool. I never played it.
I have a few friends who were way into that game, super duper into it. So yeah. I'm not a big MMO guy. So.
I used to be, but
I
now
understand the appeal of it, but I mean, I played World of Warcraft for 4 months, and I was like, well, that was fun. Now what? And they're like, what do you mean? You keep playing? And I was like, but I don't want to.
What?
They're like, but that's how it works.
That's
Brian.
how you win.
You keep playing World of Warcraft.
When you get to the level cap, the game just starts. That's not
Exactly.
the end point.
No,
This is the tutorial.
That's kind of how it is though in the Division. I just hit level 30, and the real the game really actually started.
Yeah.
Because that's when all the real gear starts coming out and all the daily missions start happening, and it's intense.
I need to get to 30.
It's awesome.
I might grind that out this week. Anyway, now April 20th, Mother 3 comes out, Game Boy Advance.
Ooh.
It's been 10 years.
Wow.
And there's actually a lot of talk that they might release it on the Virtual Console.
That would be
because
sweet.
April 20th would be its 10-year anniversary this month.
Well,
so
let's hope Nintendo does that. I mean,
Yeah.
they always pull out weird surprises.
Sure.
They're the masters of letting their fans down and then doing something crazy to bring them all back in.
Yeah.
It's always this roller coaster with Nintendo.
It's like Nintendo doesn't realize how loved Lucas is after just being a Smash character.
Yeah.
It's like, oof. Come on.
It's true.
Just design only. A lot of people haven't even played the game. And then April 25th, Guilty Gear Dust Strikers comes out on the Nintendo DS.
Oh, okay.
Never played this. I didn't even know there was
I
one.
actually I never played it, but I had a friend who had it, and I remember being like, "Oh, sweet, that's Guilty Gear." It looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it obviously wouldn't control nearly as well as a full-on
Well, it might.
console release. I don't know, man. The DS's D-pad isn't ideal for fighting games.
Fair enough.
Any quarter circles or half circles even are not going to be as comfortable
Yeah.
because it's so much smaller.
You know what I feel would be really good?
Huh.
That slide pad on the 3DS. I feel
Yeah.
like that would be actually really easy to do quarter circles.
You know what? The absolute best handheld fighting game machine is the Vita, by far.
Yeah.
The D-pad on that thing is immaculate.
Can I just hook my fight stick up to it?
That would be sweet. Yeah.
Just
no.
like a big it's sitting on the bus with
But yeah, playing they had Marvel vs. Capcom on there, and they had Dead or Alive 5 on there, and with the remote play, you could play pretty much any PlayStation 4 game on there,
Sick.
and it worked flawlessly. I played Mortal Kombat X on my old Vita once, and it was
wow.
it was super sweet.
ballin'.
Yeah.
Cool. And then April 27th, King of Fighters Maximum Impact 2 comes out on PS2.
I'm not sure if that was a good one or a bad one. I know
Me
my
neither.
friends back home are huge King of Fighters fans, and they hold certain King of Fighters games in super high regard, and then there are some that they were like, oh, that game was trash.
Yeah.
So I know one of the Maximum Impacts was not very good. It might even be both. I
Yeah.
don't know. So
I don't know. I know 98 and 13 are the ones that
people love the most. Yeah.
It's either 13 or 14 or
Mhm.
15 or I don't know.
I know. Yeah. I really like King of Fighters 98.
I don't know. That might be the next game. I need to get good at Street Fighter. I need to quit switching games. I need to pick one and get good at it.
Sure. I just need to get a fight stick.
Yeah.
I'm super jealous of your fight
Sorry.
stick, by the way.
Yeah, I got one for my birthday. I got a Mad Catz TE2 Plus.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Delightful.
With a square gate. Screw that. I
don't know why they wouldn't just come with an octogate.
I don't know why they don't come with multiple gates.
That's true also.
Like one, I don't even.
How much did your octogate cost?
$10.
$10? That's not bad.
Prime. It was like whatever. Except that freaking it was supposed to come Thursday, and then USPS was like I looked on, and was like, where? I got home from work and was like, where? What? And then I was like, yesterday I was like, well, maybe it'll be a day late, and I was like, what?
Where am
And
you?
then I looked online. It's like delivery was attempted, but it was like my dad was outside the entire day. You cheated. No. But yeah, that's it for this month a decade ago.
Sweet.
Ending on that note of recent times.
Of just anger towards our postal service.
This is the one time. This is it. This is the one time that they've actually just screwed me over. So I'm like, whatever.
Hooray.
Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that was a fun mini boss segment. Back in. I feel like I was there.
You were.
You painted such a vivid picture.
You were alive then.
No, I wasn't.
Oh.
I was born 3 years ago in a lab.
Oof.
All of my memories are artificial. They were implanted.
Well, that's creepy.
They were jacked in Matrix style.
What was that? What was that game that did that where everything was artificial? Whatever. Who cares? All right.
Anyway, so now it is time
for the
news. I like the news.
Yeah, news.
News is good.
Okay, so first up, it's my turn to do the news this week.
It sure is.
I did a little dance.
I loved it.
So David Hayter was in an interview with Game Informer, who said that he was not treated very well by Kojima and Konami.
Kojima
Actually,
as well? Like,
yeah.
personally?
Apparently, yeah.
Huh.
Like after, it says here that after Metal Gear Solid 2, they tried to replace him every time.
Oh, wow.
Trying to get like voice doubles. They actually wanted to replace him with Kurt Russell, which is who Snake is based off of.
Yeah.
I guess he couldn't do it, but like he had to re-audition for every part after 2, and I guess they finally replaced him with Kiefer.
That's
And
wacky.
apparently like he was just like just not true. Like everything like in terms of like contacting him to let him know that he wasn't going to be Snake in 5. Like
did they just not contact him?
Like common like I forget the word.
Courtesy?
Courtesies, yeah, like common courtesies, like he didn't get, like
that's
like
ridiculous.
it wasn't even Kojima or Konami, like it was his agent.
Dude,
that had to
he
break
is
the news
partially. I mean, I would say he's partially responsible for the success of that series.
He okay. In my mind, he's the voice of Snake.
Well, yeah.
Like I know Kiefer's cool and all, but it's like
Kiefer did a great job too.
Yeah.
But I mean, like David Hayter is solid Snake.
Yeah, David Hayter is Snake and Big Boss.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't. It's just weird.
Yeah. All right.
But whatever. I'm sure.
I'm sure he's onto bigger and better things anyway. So
yeah, like X-Men, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then, so there's a remastered Turok 1 and 2 coming to Xbox One.
that's awesome.
That's awesome.
I
If
think
I had an
that's great.
Xbox One, I'd care. But
Oh, dude. Oh, I can't. Oh, okay. Playing Turok games with 2 sticks sounds awesome.
yeah, dude, especially because those games the controls suck, and if you
Yeah.
remade them for Xbox, that would
I mean,
make
I got
them way
totally used
better.
to it on the 64 with the C sticks and everything, or the
Yeah.
C buttons rather. Using those to strafe and move forward and whatnot. It was a little wonky, but I managed.
Yeah, Turok's awesome.
Yes.
Like, ugh. Next up, there's 2 new Dune trailers that kind of came out.
Okay.
In recent
Yeah.
time.
I didn't watch either of them, but I did see that they were.
Yeah,
up.
there's one that's like live action, one that's like multiplayer.
Yeah.
I watched both of them last night. Live action one's kind of eh. It's
Yeah.
like it's not as hype as like the gameplay trailer, of course, but it's still like pretty cool because
Yeah.
all the special effects and stuff. Like there's one where one of those I forget what are the big like floating red balls.
Cacodemons.
Cacodemons. I thought there was gonna be a segment when like the pixel sprite pops up, and I was like, I thought that's what it was. I was like, oh,
That'd have been amazing.
I was like, yeah. But yeah, it looks cool. Multiplayer. I might actually play multiplayer in that game.
It looks sweet.
It looks awesome.
I'm not
and
gonna
really
lie, like,
fast paced and
I saw the first multiplayer trailer they released, and it looked awesome.
yeah. And you can play as demons actually. There's playable demons, and you can
Dude, you
just
just
rip
rocked my
people.
world.
There's one I forget.
Sounds
I think
amazing.
it's called the Prowler that can just stick to walls. And there's one where he took the dude's face, smashed it into a wall, and he was out of bounds on the thing, but he was like hitting the wall. It's like, hey, it's like oh. And there's like your ogre, like it's all. It's
That's
all cool.
amazing.
And then there's weapons and whatever.
Sure.
Of course, there's weapons in Doom, whatever. Okay, next up, PlayStation VR may support PC someday.
Huh.
Which would mean that probably PlayStation would dominate that market.
Yeah, I mean,
because it's
it would be the cheaper alternative.
It's the cheapest, and it's roughly the same quality as everything else.
I mean, it's obviously like if you want to get down to the nitty gritty, from a hardware standpoint, it is the weakest.
Well, I mean, but it's the cheapest. So
but it's also the cheapest. So.
And you're paying for like a sick VR headset that's going to be awesome.
And Sony has said it's going to be cheap but reliable.
Yeah, which is fine. I trust Sony. You got my faith this generation.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the Pokemon Go beta launches in Japan.
Okay.
And I got a couple of facts with that. It's only the first 151 Pokemon as of right now.
Huh.
I'm sure they'll announce sequels or updates or whatever that'll add all of them eventually, but I'm fine with that.
I was gonna say I think that's cool. Realistically, the only Pokemon game I've ever played is the one with the original 151 Pokemon in it.
So yeah.
So
there you go.
Doesn't matter to me.
And it kind of fits with their kind of target group. Because they need people who are my age who've played the games that also have money. So
I understand. Yeah.
There you go. It will have microtransactions. I'm not really sure the entire extent. I couldn't really find. I think it's like buying like Pokeballs and stuff, which of course everyone thought. There's gonna be trainer customization, and I do have confirmation. There's a whole stuff that I care about that you will not care about, but there's like a whole basically like min-maxing your Pokemon will be a thing, like you can in the games where you can. IVs, EVs, natures, and all that stuff most people don't care about. But I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
But if you like micromanaging your Pokemon to an absurd level, there you go. It'll be in that game. So that's for me. Time to beat up some 15-year-old kids. Also, so the 15 games nominated for this year's Hall of Fame for video game, I have a list of them there. I'm just going to go through them real quick.
Sweet.
So Elite, I looked this up. This is like a Commodore 64 game.
Nice.
I was like, I don't know what this is. Whatever. Final Fantasy 1.
Okay, that's long overdue.
Yeah, these seemed like all the ones that just lost out. Were probably nominated, but just lost out in other years. GTA 3.
Yeah.
John Madden Football. It's
Whatever.
fine. Yeah. Zelda 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Minecraft.
Okay.
Most recent one. Nürburgring. I tried to click on the link and I was like, I can't find anything about this game.
Nothing.
So I'm sure I think it's a racing game. Oregon Trail, of course.
Yes.
Pokemon Red and Green.
Okay.
Which is where I thought it'd be Red and Blue, but Red and Green, whatever. Civ 1.
All right.
The Sims 1.
Okay.
Sonic the Hedgehog 1.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm weird. Yeah. Space Invaders, Street Fighter 2, and Tomb Raider.
These. Okay. As you were reading that list, I was just getting more and more confused that these were not already in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I was looking at this wait, Sonic and Street Fighter 2?
Sonic, Street Fighter 2, Legend of Zelda 1. I'm sorry, what? These are just now getting around to being put into the Hall of Fame? That just seems silly to me.
Whatever.
Well, as long as they're getting their recognition, that's fine with me. So better late than never.
Yep. Warner Brothers has announced a $500,000 Mortal Kombat tournament series. That's a lot of money.
You said 100.
500.
Oh, $500,000. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's not just the grand prize, but that's spread out through all the small tournaments.
I see.
I'm sure that but
still if they have $500,000 to work with, the grand prize is going to be something pretty dope.
Yeah. I mean, it's Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
I never thought oh, dude, that's awesome. Esports are getting more and more recognition, and it's just really cool.
I know there are a lot of people who are hating on Warner Brothers right now because of some of the stuff they've done as far as games like Batman Arkham Knight on PC and whatnot, and not putting Mortal Kombat XL on, or the second combat pack on the PC.
Yeah.
But Warner Brothers, I was super, super happy that they picked up NetherRealm Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Or, well, it was Midway, I think, back then, and allowed them to turn into NetherRealm Studios. But I think that's a really good home for them.
Yeah.
So
they're always gonna have money to do it to build, and as
Warner
long as
Brothers.
as long as they keep cranking out quality games like Mortal Kombat X.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who cares? It's awesome. And next up, so Alex came out this week.
Yep.
There's a big Street Fighter patch, balance patches, I'm sure, and the shop opened up, and there's trials mode now, which I've been going through trying to get a feel for the game and
Sweet.
Figure out my fight stick. But yeah, that came out. Cool stuff.
You know what the only problem I have with that update is?
What?
I have plenty of fight money, and I wanted to just buy Alex, just flat out buy him. But Capcom's doing this thing where they're like, no, Alex is free for everybody right now for a limited time.
Yeah.
And then once that ends, you'll have to buy him. And I'm like, okay, so eventually there's going to be a point where I'm like, I'm gonna go play as Alex, and then it's gonna be like, you can't, you have to go buy it, and then I'm gonna like, okay, now I gotta go buy it.
Yeah, I bought the season pass actually.
Oh, so it's just
'cause-
already.
So now I have everything. So now I used all my fight money for costumes and stuff. So it's like cool. Because I was like, I'm probably gonna play this game a lot, and I might as well get all the characters. I'm really excited for Ibuki actually, and Guile.
Oh yeah.
Since now I have a newfound love for charge characters, I might actually like Guile. Who knows? But whatever. So yeah, that happened. So there's a Final Fantasy 15 anime that just launched. Actually,
Yeah.
I haven't seen this.
I saw some screenshots. It looks pretty sweet.
I'm sure it does. And then there's a September release date, which I think was already announced. Yeah, buddy.
I'm so pumped. I am so excited for that game.
Okay, so Miitomo came out this week. Me and Brian both got it.
We did.
It's really like
It is a wacky little thing.
it's awesome.
It's fun. I mean, it's a little unique, but yeah, it's a little hard to navigate, to be perfectly honest. It's not
Yeah.
very clear on how to get to things you want to go to directly.
Yeah, but like once you get it figured out, it's fun.
Yeah, once you
it's,
finagle it, you'll get to where you need to go eventually. So
it's just like it's all your nerdy Facebook friends all in one area. You're like, yeah, let's all be nerds together.
we're all just like, well, look at me, I'm a big Nintendo fan.
What's your favorite food? Like, I like hamburgers.
I like garlic bread.
Yeah, but awesome. I recommend getting that.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
It's free. Why
Yeah,
not?
Sure. There's
You
no
link your Nintendo Network ID to it, and
you can eventually get free games.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Mhm.
or like stuff. So cool.
I thought it was really cool that they didn't force me to create a new me. They just let me pull the one from my Nintendo Network ID,
Yeah.
which was awesome.
I actually, so what I did is because I was like, oh, I want to do that. And it's like, oh, your security settings don't let you do that. I was like, so I just like screen capped like the little picture. And I was like, I'll just make it from scratch. Because I was at work
Nice.
and I was like, I'm not going to wait till I get home to do that. So I was just like, I'll just make it from scratch. And I think I can't do it because my gamepad's broken too.
Oh, that's right.
So
That's
like
hilarious.
I just made the exact clone of like, yeah. So yeah, get that game.
Yeah, do it.
So Sega acquired Atlas. Atlas has done all the Persona games and whatnot.
Mhm.
So that's fine.
They
Sega's
actually,
cool.
Atlas was part of the Demon Souls, the first Demon Souls game.
Yes, they did the translation, or was it like?
Well, no, I think they published it.
Oh, cool. Now
Yeah.
Sega can do Dark Souls, whatever.
No, that's just Demon Souls. Atlas didn't do
Oh.
the Dark
Oh.
Souls series. It was just Demon Souls.
Gotcha. Well, cool. That's awesome. 'Cause
Yeah.
Sega apparently is still a company.
Yeah, they're still
Somehow.
trucking along.
They've done some good stuff.
Doing their
like,
thing.
I mean, they did Bayonetta.
I think it's funny, like when Sega doesn't do their own franchises, they do good.
Yeah, but like whenever a new Sonic game comes out or whatever, it's like, oh.
Yeah, I would love a new Shining Force game. I would love a new Gunstar Heroes.
I'd love so many Streets of Rage.
Yeah,
Dude,
oh,
Streets
absolutely.
of Rage made by Platinum.
That would be so sweet.
So hype.
I'd hecka play that.
I would absolutely play that. So you'd like this. Mega Man Legends 2 is coming out on PSN.
Oh,
I think it's
day
this
one
week.
by. Whenever
This-
that happens, I'm picking it up.
Actually, I think it's either this week or next week, but it's
Perfect.
pretty soon. Yeah.
Because Mega Man, I have 100%ed Mega Man Legends 1. I never got to play through Mega Man Legends 2, so this will
Okay.
be a phenomenal way to do that.
Well, awesome. Go ahead and
Yeah.
pick that up, people. And then Dark Souls 3 has already been beaten in 2 hours.
Nice,
It hasn't even come out here by some Japanese speedrunner.
sweet.
I didn't get his name because I couldn't actually read his name. So yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
insane.
So there's a D&D movie apparently that's in the works
I saw that too.
that's getting a lead actor of Vin Diesel.
Wow.
So I don't know if you know this or not, but Vin Diesel actually loves to play D&D.
Yeah, he's
Like,
a
he
huge
has-
nerd. He's like
Absolutely.
he'll be the first to admit it too. In interviews, he's like, "Oh yeah, dude." He's like, "I'm a huge nerd. I
Like-
play D&D and I play video games all the time and blah blah blah." And so yeah, I think that's really cool.
He's got a tattoo of his character on his chest, which you can see in the movie Triple X starring Vin Diesel.
Yo.
He actually, I forget which movie, but I think it was Judi Dench. He was teaching Judi Dench to play D&D.
That's
a
amazing.
movie. I was like, yeah. What do character she'd play? I feel like it'd be like
She'd just play Judi Dench.
yeah,
You know it.
I'm Judi Dench. I don't know why I'm Shankar, but whatever.
I'm Judi Dench.
So there's a Phoenix Wright anime that's debuting this weekend
Sweet.
of recording, or
I like
when you're
Phoenix
listening, or when you're listening to this last weekend.
This game, I like the Phoenix Wright series.
Sure, I need to play them because
They're funny. They're really funny.
yeah. All right, and that's it for news. We had a
Ooh.
lot of news this week.
Yeah.
But
It was
awesome.
it was a newsy kind of week.
Newsy.
Newsy. So
Newsy.
sweet. Awesome. So we are going to go straight into our final boss segment.
Final.
Here. Another one of these free-form discussions, because those are always fun.
Yeah.
We are just going to be talking about horror games.
Oh.
Scary games. Frightening games.
Are you scared? We turned all the lights off. by the way. It's crazy. Can you guys see it? Oh, never mind.
We don't have enough budget for a video podcast.
Yeah, or whatever. Maybe someday, kids.
That's so scary that we don't have the budget for a video podcast. Anyway, all right, so let's talk about scary games, because I like scary games.
I, to a lesser extent, like scary games.
I adore scary games to a maximum extent.
I love the concept of scary games. I don't know if I actually like the act of playing scary
The
games.
execution in playing scary games. Yeah, I mean, I understand. I know a lot of people who are like that. They're like, I love the concept, I just can't do it. Unless I'm with people.
Yeah.
But me, I'm like, I'll play Exorcist the game. I don't care. Like, I'll do that in the dark by myself with no one home. I'm like, and then I'll be like, that was sweet, and then go to bed. Like, I love scary games.
You are crazy. I can't do that. If I'm playing horror games, that's every light is on. I have to do
increase the brightness to where like it's just oversaturated.
I have to put like lamb's blood on the door and just like all the lights on, saturate brightness.
That's amazing.
Infinite ammo. Be like, all right, I'm ready to go now.
So okay, in going with that, let me ask you, what's your favorite horror game that you've ever played? The one that you've enjoyed the most?
Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil 2?
Sorry, 4.
Oh, okay, 4. Okay, that makes sense.
I haven't played 2. That or I'm trying to think of what else I've played. Can I count the Red Deads and Zelda? Can I count the Shadow Temple? That's a horror game level.
No, I don't care. That is a horror section in a non-horror game.
Okay.
If the game is rated E for everyone, it is not a horror game.
Yeah. Okay. Resident Evil 4 then.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
I like Resident Evil 4. That game's amazing.
Standard choice, but I think the reason I like that game is because it controls so well and it outweighs the horror elements. Because I feel like I can actually fight them. So yeah.
That's awesome, man.
All right. So what's your favorite, Brian?
Mine is a tie. Mine is a literal straight tie. Because these two games are masterpieces in my opinion. Resident Evil 2 and Silent Hill 2.
Ooh, okay, strong picks.
Yes, the sequels to both of those games, or those franchises' original games, are just perfect. It's like they took all of the good stuff from the first games and just like finally honed it into something scary. Especially, I would have to say Silent Hill 2 is much scarier than Resident Evil 2, but Resident Evil 2 has like an incredible atmosphere. I love the characters. I love the weapons in Resident Evil 2. The puzzles in Resident Evil 2 are much better than Silent Hill 2, but man, those games are awesome.
Silent Hill 2 is a different kind of scary.
It is.
It's like Resident Evil is more like raw shock.
Yeah.
Like shock value, but Silent Hill, it builds on itself.
It builds. It's got jump scares, but it's also got really slow burns as well.
Yeah.
And it's also got just like your face turns white, heart-wrenching, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god moments.
Yeah.
Like there's that one section in Silent Hill 2. It's kind of later in the game where you, I forget exactly where you are, but you show up and there are these very narrow corridors that are like these hallways, and they just drop Pyramid Head behind you. They're like, here you go, and he walks fast. He like actually walks fast. He like shuffles at you, and you're like, this is not what I want in the slightest.
Not cool.
And you have to run as fast as you possibly can. Which, if you know any Silent Hill game, no protagonists in horror games run with any type of urgency or haste. They're like, oh, just a brisk jog is pretty much all I'll need to escape this horror. Horror. But yeah, so that part's terrifying. The atmosphere is really scary. Okay, then let me ask you, what is your least favorite horror game that you've played?
I want to take a statement. I haven't played very many.
Sure.
Can I count Slender just because
Yeah.
I like the game, but I hate playing that game.
Yeah.
It's really fun to play at parties and stuff, and when you're hanging out with friends, I do play that game.
I love doing
I'm
that.
Done.
Getting everybody together, putting one person in front of the computer, and all of us standing in a horseshoe around them and watching them go.
I'm like, ugh.
Better get that page. Better get it. It's like, I don't want to.
Your flashlight's dying.
Oh, so fun. But yeah, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
Because that game is pretty scary.
What's your least favorite?
I would have to say my least favorite game is Silent Hill 4: The Room.
Okay.
They changed the mechanics. They kind of changed the Silent Hill formula for that one. They made it way different, and it's just not fun. It's not scary. It's not fun. it's not even one of those, well, it's not scary, but it plays really well and it's got an interesting story. It just doesn't have any of those qualities.
It's just not good.
I loved Silent Hill 3. It wasn't as good as 2, but it stuck with the original Silent Hill formula, so it was still scary. Still had the tank controls, which I absolutely adore. But yeah, Silent Hill 4 was kind of more standard. Camera's always behind you, third-person
Character action.
game, kind of.
Beat 'em up.
Yeah, kind of.
No.
It's no joke. Like,
Oh, really?
It just doesn't feel like a survival horror game.
Huh. It's racing, actually.
It's weird. Yeah, it's like the closest I could compare it to Silent Hill 4 is a lot like Jet Moto on the original PlayStation.
Do you ever play Forza?
Futuristic dirt biking that hover over water. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Silent Hill 4. It's not very
Okay.
good, but I'm a huge fan of the Silent Hill series in general.
Yeah, I like the concepts behind Silent Hill
Mhm.
better. I played one. Me and my buddy a while ago picked up. We were just like, hey, let's pick up Silent Hill 1. I don't think he was really very into it.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool. It's we got to the school.
Okay.
So we got fairly far.
School is a scary place.
Yeah, school's scary, and I was like, oh, I think we were taking turns. It was either by deaths or by like time limit. I forget what we were doing, but like I was into it. I think he still has like copies somewhere, but whatever.
Yeah.
I might finish it eventually. I'm sure hanging out with Brian long enough, I'll play some more.
Yeah, you will.
horror games
I'll
eventually.
make sure it happens. In a way, I mean, I wouldn't consider it just to like label it so definitively, but the Dark Souls series, I guess, could kind of have the horror
Yeah.
moniker slid in there with other genres, I guess, action RPG, horror.
Yeah.
It's got some scary stuff in it.
Well, like anything that had like, dude, Dark Souls and I think Bloodborne actually is scarier than.
I think so too.
Those two.
Bloodborne's really scary. The gothic environment and everything,
Yeah.
and the bosses are just nightmare-inducing.
Yeah.
But the designs are crazy.
I'm trying to think of, and to an extent, actually, no, never mind. Forget that one. I was gonna say Bayonetta because some of those like, especially because they have the angels. But
Yeah.
like when you like beat them up, they're like really gross looking.
Yep.
And like, but that's not really horror. That's just
No.
kind of like,
I think that's more like a horror element in like a
Yeah.
more lighthearted game, because Bayonetta is actually kind of funny.
oh
It's
yeah,
got some humorous elements to it.
Super Japanese game.
So, okay, cool. In that case, what we should probably do is we should get you to play some more horror games. I'd
Okay.
like to get your opinion on them. I'll be with you, so no bad guys can come get
Oh,
you,
whatever.
Connor.
I'm still gonna chicken out super hard.
That'll be fine. I got you covered.
Maybe
can
that
spin
maybe that's
kick really
something
hard.
we can do. Because we did that Sega
Yeah,
console thing. We could
let's do that.
We could pick a couple games.
Just have you run.
Yeah.
Well, since horror games, you can't really play horror games 10 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
It's kind of got to be more of a sit down and invest yourself into it. So we could pick like 2 or 3 like iconic horror games and just have you
Play
go
through 'em on a
through
weekend.
for a little while. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's do that. We might do that today. I mean, we're not doing anything
Maybe.
today. We can have you play a horror game if you want to.
Okay. Maybe. Cool.
So, yeah.
We're just discussing plans on the podcast.
Yeah. So, all right.
Hey,
all right.
so you
Hey
wanna
guys,
go-
if you want to just hang on a second, Connor and I are going to discuss.
We're gonna go
next
to
week's
Wendy's.
episode. All right.
Uh,
Just really quick. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I don't
Cool.
know, horror games.
Horror.
Not a very action-packed final boss segment, but
No.
I love talking horror games. I could talk horror games all day. Can't say horror normal. Well, I just did. All right, cool. Prove myself wrong.
You
right on
are the worst.
recording. Ugh, gosh,
Just
I'm
kidding.
the
I
worst.
love you, Brian.
All right, for the free DLC segment for this week, I've got something pretty fun. I'm actually interested to see how many of these he gets. I picked random items / weapons from various video games across the expansive universe of gaming.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the name of the said item or weapon, and Connor, you have to tell me what game it's from.
Yeah.
So
I can do that.
Let's see.
Hopefully.
Let's see how this goes. I'm going to start with something very, very easy. Fire flower.
Mario.
Yep, got it. Okay. Number 2, flame rounds.
There. Resident Evil.
Yeah, nailed it.
I was thinking because there's multiple games that have flame rounds, but
Sure, that was one of the first because of the bazooka.
yeah. Or grenade launcher was it?
Bazooka.
Oh,
in
it's
the first
bazooka.
Resident Evil, it's a bazooka.
Oh, really?
Yep. They didn't change it to the grenade launcher until Resident Evil 2.
Okay, and then remake is the grenade launcher.
Yeah,
Okay.
they got rid of the
that's
bazooka
weird.
name.
That's awesome.
But in the first one, yeah, it's just like you find a bazooka on one of your dead teammates.
Well, thanks, dude.
All right, number 3, Blades of Chaos.
I want to say, what's that game? Either God of War or what's the game that his name's the vampire dude that the game series you love with Kane, is that the dude?
Oh, Legacy of Kain.
Legacy of Kain.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's either one of those.
Okay, which one? Pick.
I can't. I'll go Legacy of Kain.
Ah, that's too bad. It was God of War.
Whatever.
But you had it.
Can I get a half point?
No, you get full points because I love you.
I probably should have gone with God of War because I didn't think you'd do a Legacy of Kain game for me.
Now this one, I have a very specific game/person in mind on this. So if you guess something else, I'm not going to blame you. But hook swords.
Kmall.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat.
All right.
Yeah.
Kmall's my favorite character.
Yeah, so
there's a Kmall cosplayer. I don't know if you listen to this, but your costume is awesome at MTAC.
Oh, you sent me a picture of him.
Yeah,
He looked
awesome.
All right, number 5, Lancer Assault Rifle.
Gears of War.
Got it. Number 6, Plasma Cutter.
Dead Space.
All right, and you didn't even play Dead Space, so.
I told you, dude. My knowledge of games exceeds the games I've played.
All right, this one's easy. DD4 Dostove. That's how you say it.
Oh, GoldenEye.
Yep. Got it. GoldenEye.
I was thinking just the big 4 polygons, gray polygons.
All right, number 8, Vector Cannon.
Oh, he's under the enders. 2.
There's 2, correct. Yeah. Number 9, Black Cannon.
The game that comes to mind is Jedi Outcast 2 because there is a flat cannon in that game.
Oh,
but
is there?
I know there's not. I know that's not the one you're thinking of.
It is not. It's actually a pretty iconic weapon for this series.
A flat cannon.
It's been in every single iteration of this particular series.
Oh, dude, it's on the tip of my tongue. I know, I've heard this before.
I'll give you a hint. It is a first-person shooter that originated on the PC.
Is Doom?
No.
Duke Nukem?
Nope.
No.
It is Unreal Tournament.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, the flat cannon is amazing to use in that game.
Yeah.
All right, and last but not least, number 10, Farsight.
Perfect Dark,
Yep.
N64.
That was easy.
Was there a Farsight in the Zero?
I don't think so. I think, I don't think they put it in there. And if they did, it was probably a cheat code or something like that. Something along those lines.
They had a good series going.
Yeah. All right, well, that list was actually, you got 9 out of 10.
Sick.
So, good
and
job
almost
on that
got
one.
10 out of 10 if I hadn't said Legacy of Kain. Why did I think you would never put a Legacy
No,
of
that
Kain
was
in
that. I still gave you that one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, what did I
Because you
miss?
said God of War. You missed Flat Cannon.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, kind
But-
of. Whatever. Who cares? 9 out of 10. I'm not gonna.
9 out
I'm
of 10.
not gonna
Connor
argue.
wins. 90%. You get to graduate high school.
Woo!
All right. So
That's better than I actually
with
did.
that unfortunately brings us to the end of episode Unlucky 13.
Ah, the very end.
Da, 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 da.
That's not our song.
Anyway, so let's go ahead and give some of these plugs out.
Yeah.
Happy little plugs.
Get some plugs.
I'm gonna
going.
paint these happy little
Let's
plugs
get
over
some
here.
plugs going.
All right.
Let's get
So-
some plugs going.
Uh-oh.
Let's get some plugs going.
Oh, it's getting
Let's
all
get
90s
some
in here.
plugs. All right.
I was getting so hype. All right. First and foremost, please go listen to our friends over at MultiTap Podcast featuring Chris, who was not on the show again this week.
Sorry, buddy.
Due to scheduling conflicts, and we couldn't figure out how to get this Skype thing working. So, he's going to be gone in Japan for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So once he gets back, we're going to give it yet a third try, and hopefully it'll work out that time. But until then, go listen to MultiTap Podcast. Their info is in our descriptions below. Also, go listen to our friends Defense and Kestor.
Castor.
Sounds like a Mortal Kombat character.
Defense. Castor.
At the Flock of Geeks Gaming. They have a YouTube channel as well as SoundCloud. All of their descriptions, or all of their links are in our description below.
All the descriptions are
I
in
am
links
talk
below.
good.
I'm
I am
sorry.
good talk. Also, be sure to check out our buddy Brendan Dorman, aka Portarius. He has a Facebook as well as Twitter. So go check out him down in the descriptions below. And then last but not least, there's 2 more. Go check out Connor's friend Kmall at KMA11. He's a Twitch streamer. He's also got a Twitter. He is actually probably going to be on the show next week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he
Kmall.
should be there.
He's awesome.
So look forward to that. Having a fun special guest that way. And then last but not least, your friend Keith the Human.
He is a human.
Yes, he
I
is
can
a human.
confirm.
Go check him out. It's twitter.com/PG_KTH.
_KTH.
Yep. So that's it for me, man.
He's actually sponsored by Panda Global Gaming.
wow.
So like
I didn't
he's
know that.
up there. So if you need design work, go to that dude. But
Sounds
yeah.
awesome.
So if you guys want to send us fan mail or questions or segment ideas, or just want to tell us we're awesome or tell us we suck or just say hey, we
Anything.
might reply.
Yeah.
Send it to dragonpowerpodcast@gmail.com. What was that, Brian?
It was.
Oh yeah.
DragonPowerPodcast@gmail.com.
Okay, that was good. I like it. And if you guys want to follow us on the Facebooks and the Twitters, it's Dragon Power Podcast on Facebook and at Dragon Powercast at Twitter.com.
Twitter.
At Dragon Power
Yay.
Podcast at Twitter. That's our whole handle. No.
At Dragon Powercast.
But yeah, I think it's
So
everything.
that's fun. We will see you guys next Monday with a whole brand new episode full of joy, wonder, and or merriment.
I don't know. Okay, yeah.
Depends on what we bring.
I can't confirm.
I mean, it,
but yeah.
supply and demand. So we will see you guys next Monday. Thanks for listening. See you later.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on the Dragon Power Podcast.